Madam Secretary, I'm not going to ask you to make a roll call. There's not that many people there, and I don't think we've got a quorum. Did you give a report?
Yes, I will mark down who is here, and then if I check them, then I can report that next week. And then I want to basically go up about the calendar. October the 4th is open. We're hoping to fill it with another individual, maybe doing 4% compensating rate on PowerPoint if we can get this gentleman to come. And October the 11th, I had Michael Bauman. He's a Democrat running for treasurer for the state of Kentucky. I have him confirmed. I had also a email from Kim Reeder. She's a Democrat running for auditor, which would be against Allison Ball. But they tagged me as I tagged them, and they tagged me back, and then I tagged them again, and I'm still waiting for confirmation. And we might have 2 people on the 11th because they both want to come, but we've done that before. And then October the 18th is open. October 25th is open, and I think on the 25th that'll be the ending of our civic engagement with our candidates. Then Allison Ball, I've also contacted Allison Ball. I talked to her attorney. I've got her tag, Jay Cup. He said he would get back to me, back and forth, but haven't heard anything, any confirmation there. So another thing too. We do have the bylaws to do. We probably need to make it a very small committee to work on that rather than the entire group of people, because it was very confusing for me the last time we tried to do that. People were shouting back and forth and I lost total track. And then let's remember Robert's Rules of Order. If you want to speak, raise your hand quietly and wait to be recognized. And he will get you if you don't. He told me to say that. Thank you. Go ahead, Dan. Good job.
So I've been on a number of bylaws committee, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. It should be a small group of people instead of, when you have 20 people trying to do bylaws, it's impossible.
Okay, Dan, you're the committee.
I'll be part of the committee.
What I'd like to add to you, because I've gone through this and I've read it several times, and I'm gonna have the special. I love the green beans, that's what it hooked me. And I was talking to Sheriff about this. Sheriff says the bylaws are great as they stand. And there are a few minor additions we can add, and I could put that at the back of the bylaw statement as an addendum. But instead of worrying about presiding officer and making the president, we don't need to do that. Whomever's going, whoever he appoints to present, that'll be his choice to tell us if we can do it. And then we got the idea about having how many people we're going to have on the board, but we can talk about this later as I'm taking up your time. So I'm done, and we do have our Lieutenant Governor here.
I'm going to have a treasurer's report.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. So we'll be doing questions. And anybody want a card? And Dan, could you be the keeper of the cards?
Are we gonna do questions
If
from
any,
the?
I don't know however we
You're
want
not on
to do
camera,
it.
so we can just
Why
ask
don't you
questions
just
from
open
the
it up
floor.
for questions?
You
instead
wanna
of a
ask?
card? You don't need a
Yeah.
card.
That's your command. Good. Okay, we're done. Go ahead, Linda.
Treasurer's report, please.
The checkbook balance is $2,958.68. I believe there are 2 checks that have not been cashed. But Jerry did not bring me the bank balance today. It was in his car, but his car is in for repairs. And the cash on hand I have is $120 for the Clyde and Mary Middleton Memorial Fund.
Tell them about what that is for.
I said Clyde and Mary Middleton Memorial.
Are we trying to collect 200, one for Clyde and one for
Yeah, I've
Mary?
got to ask Howard that question, if that's necessary. I'm not
Okay.
sure. I'll do it when he's speaking.
I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Governor Howard Bittner of the 3rd District. He'll have 10 minutes to speak and 10 minutes for questions and answers. Then we'll break for lunch.
I am gonna take a picture if that's okay.
There's a gentleman that's in the bathroom. His drink is right there. He had it in his hand, just set it on the
Well, who the heck am I anyway? My name's Howard Bittner, if you don't know who I am. I'm the current Lieutenant Governor. I got about 4 more days and I'm out of office, thank goodness. I've been District Governor twice and I've been Lieutenant Governor 4 times. And I joined the Optimist Club in 1972, a little bit before Jerry. Jerry joined in March of '80, I believe. 76? Jerry's been more active than I have when I first started. I joined more or less for political reasons. And, since I mentioned Jerry, you know, as far as people downstate are concerned, or for years ago, maybe going back about 4 years, Jerry was Optimist Club of Covington.
He still is.
He still is.
He is the Optimist Club of Covington.
Our feeling was our feeling downstate was, if Jerry left, that would be the end of Covington Optimist Club. Janine asked me to come here to answer questions, and that's all I do with Janine. She asks me a question, and I give her my answer. But I always have a caveat there that, you know, always go back and check with International, because I go back a long way, and I don't go back, I'm not that computer guy that gets on and make changes on the computer and stuff. When I was in there, we always had a hard copy everything and send it in. So,
I have a question.
yes, sir.
When we had sums to send into, we sent it into the foundation.
If you have money to, send it to the foundation, you send it to the foundation. Well, you're jumping the gun there.
Is that money earmarked just for, pardon me, Optimist Club Covington, or is that in a general fund that everybody takes money out of?
Well, let's see, this is gonna take more than 10 minutes. There's a
You're allowed
program,
more than 10 minutes.
there's a program that Optimist International has, that you can send money to the foundation that you receive from donations. Like, if Jerry would donate $1,000 to the club for a program,
To this club?
to this club. Well, International is not a 501c3. The only 501c3 is Optimist International.
Okay.
So the club could send that money to Optimist International, there's a form for that, and they would hold it for a specific program that you're gonna have.
I see.
And then when you have that program, then
And the funds are
then you
dispersed.
can withdraw that fund.
I see,
But there's a lot of paperwork to fill out also.
I see.
So,
Well, but,
So that way-
now, let me ask you, if Jerry gives us that money, we have to do that with the funds, we can't just keep it in our treasury.
Well, the reason you send it through Optimist International is because it's a 501c3, and the
Okay.
contributor can deduct it from their income.
So if we want it to be deductible, then it needs to be sent to
I
international.
was just saying, what would
Right.
involve a club like ours to get a 501c?
It's a lot of work. Southgate Club was
Well,
gonna have a
don't tell me it's a lot of
501c3.
work. Tell me what you have to do.
You have to file the paperwork with the Internal Revenue Service, and
Right.
typically you have to have an attorney that's knowledgeable in that.
We've got
to do
an
that.
attorney.
We got two, we got
Who's that?
Nancy.
Who's that? Oh, yeah, Aaron.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
The only concern I
No, we
had,
figured it wasn't,
yeah, the concern I had was if we send large amounts into the foundation, I wanted to see, that's our money.
it's your money, but it has to be earmarked for a
Right.
specific program that you're gonna put
Right, well,
on.
that's right. Sure.
Yeah. But all that information is on the internet.
So now, if somebody writes us a check, and then we send that to international, is that still deductible, or do they have to write the check to international,
You
Well,
had
if
to
they're
write
sending
it,
it,
International Foundation,
international foundation?
but you had to fill the paperwork out and everything. That it's gonna be for a specific program, and when you have the program, then you notify them and they send the money to you.
So Howard, can the person write the check to Optimist Club of Covington, then can Optimist Club of Covington write a check to Optimist International Foundation.
Yeah, I believe that's the word.
I don't know that that's the case. You just answered my question that it has to be made out to international in order for it to be deductible. So here's.
Oh, for Jerry, yeah.
Yeah, so-
Like if, when Jerry donates that $5,000.
Right.
Now it's $5,000.
Might as well make it 10.
Well,
What the hell?
I mean, there's a couple.
He would make that out, the
There-
International Foundation.
There's a couple of questions there, and ultimately it comes down to, you got a legal side of things, you know, how are you legally set up? And then you got a contribution side of things. And if somebody wants to deduct a contribution to a program that we're doing, apparently it has to be run through international, it has to be made, and they're gonna probably wanna do that by check, they don't wanna bring us, you know, $5,000 in unmarked bills. But, you know, they're gonna write a check, and the check is gonna be made to Optimist Club International Foundation. Has to be made to the foundation, not
Right.
Optimist International, because as he pointed out, they're not a 501c3. The only 501c3 that Optimist has is the foundation.
Right,
That's from what you're saying, that's my understanding.
that's correct.
Now, if we wanna run a program and we want people to contribute and all that stuff, I think we could still run the program, we could still do it without having to send the money to Optimist International, as long as they know that their contribution's not tax deductible. So if somebody's giving us a $25 or $20 in cash, or a $100 check, or a $500 check, that check, we just need to be made clear to people that's their contribution is not tax deductible.
That's a pass-through grant, is what it's called.
Okay, so if we want to, if we want to have them have it deductible, then it has to be through a program or a project that we're running. And does that project have to be approved by Optimist International, or
Well, yeah, it has to be an approved project,
by Optimist International, or by us?
by Optimists International, I believe.
Okay.
Right. Well, the one caveat I always told her, the best thing to do is, all you have to do is call up International and talk to them and get all the specific details. We've never used it, so I really don't know that much about it.
Yeah.
But I do know it's there. They didn't have this when I was, you know.
Yeah, I have a point, focused on Coop. Coop, I did send you the contact, 2 people to contact for the
Yeah.
foundation. So, check me, make sure that I'm correct on this, Howard. If there are any questions about this foundation, you have those 2 point people to call and ask for, and that should be able to take care of all our rules and responsibilities and regulations. Would that be correct? Coop, get in touch with
Well,
those
the
2.
best thing to do is call,
Yeah,
before you do anything, call the foundation and get all the details.
so you're pretty
Yeah.
good with all the information I was able to give you?
Yeah, I haven't called yet. I did
Yeah,
go
okay.
on and log in and sign up.
Okay, well, let me know.
So I'm
I'll just-
registered into the system.
And another thing, I guess I wanna understand for my own self, when we talk about, the foundation part, is that a sort of a entity within itself, within the purview of the Optimist International? Is that kind of all
Yes,
to
it's a
itself?
All by itself.
Yeah, that was my understanding, so so you're, basically an entity within yourself and not so much connected with Optimist unless we give you money and turn the wheels, bring it back. So all the money that we would give to you then on your foundation, in charge of it, then we would get back, they would save it for us, they couldn't use it for any other individual or any other program?
That's what it sounds like, but now it sounds like we have to have our program approved
Yes.
prior to that being done. So I guess my question to this group is, how many people are we gonna be soliciting contributions from that are gonna expect their contribution to be deductible? That's a question.
Good boy. I would say it depends on the amount.
I had a brother that, when I was golf chairman for the district, I had a brother that would donate to my golf program.
Right.
But he wanted it down as a donation, deductible donation.
Right.
So, and when you you send that $500 in, give you a frame, a picture, photograph of the gear that they had. And, they sent him the tax information, and they deducted the price of that picture, that portrait, from that $500.
Yeah.
And I had a heck of a time with him. I had to call International and had them take that cost off of there, because he wanted $4,500.
Well, probably not legal, but, all right. You receive anything of value, it becomes deducted. You go to, somebody that has a 501c3, they have a fundraiser, and you go to dinner, and you pay $100, you don't get to deduct $100, you're supposed to deduct the, minus the cost of the meal out of the.
And it's not like he needs the $500.
No. And, you know, one of the things is they've changed the tax code to increase the amount of the standard deduction now, so that I think a lot of people probably don't itemize their deductions, and so their contributions are probably not.
It would only be a really big contribution that would
Right.
be worthwhile.
Anybody that gives us a contribution.
Sheriff?
What's the, increase, or what?
I think it's $27,000 or something.
27,000?
Yeah, I think. And don't quote me on that, because I'm certainly not a
So that's
tax person.
deductible for, say, our income tax in 2023.
Yeah, I think it was like 2021.
Yeah, and they
that
and
amount
raised
went
it.
up. I mean, it's been a while, it's been a few years.
Okay, they jumped ahead of something else.
Yeah.
Get away from that.
Next to the sheriff.
My whole delivery's been mixed up.
Can you pick this up off the
They have
floor
a-
for me,
They also have a program. The only thing,
if you don't mind?
when I first started coming here, what I told Janine was, you know, Covington Club's more or less become a luncheon club more than anything.
Right.
I mean, you don't do anything except that one political thing, which
Yep.
I disagree with the president. They have a club grant program. Now, a club grant program provides a $500 matching grant for new projects by Optimists Club. So, the program enables the foundation to assist clubs implementing new projects or events in their community. So, if your club feels that program that you have, for having people come in and talk and having it put on the airways or whatever it is, there's guidelines there that you can fill the form without the information out and send that to the foundation. And if they approve it as an okay program for the kids, they would give you a grant of a matching grant of $500.
Well, we're looking at a bunch of other programs, so that could be beneficial.
So any new program that's not sponsored already by International, if you think it's worthwhile, you can fill that club grant program out,
Right.
possibly for $500.
Yeah. Good to know.
Howard, who would we address with this club grant? Is there a tag person we could tag immediately, or would I just specify that from Charlotte Baker?
Which club grant?
Well,
The
we're
one I'm just talking about?
For the grant, yes. Club grant.
You know that little machine you got, that computer,
So what that is, I'm gonna do that.
and look it up and
Yeah.
send you the contact.
My
Yeah.
brain.
Bob Grant.
Use AI on that one.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find that.
I guess you all know that how Optimists
Optimist Internet.
International started, right? Sherry does, I know that. But, you know, Optimists International started as a reciprocity source program. Back when they didn't have computers, they didn't have, all the transportation they have right now. So when people would get together, like salesmen or business people, they would exchange contacts. That's what it started out as, a contact maker, back in before 1919. you know, and then, well, back in your days, you know, when, well, the first Optimist clubs were around for a long time, but they weren't called all Optimist clubs. Indianapolis, I think they called theirs the Optimist Club. And there were some other names, but it was in 1919 that it originated in Louisville. So,
Louisville was the first club?
no, that was the first convention. Rochester, New York, up in New York, there was Optimist clubs. California, there was Optimist clubs, but they were not associated with each other. They all had the same basic idea. Some called themselves Optimist Club, some called themselves Rumor Club.
Where did the creed come from then?
Creed, some governor's wife saw it in a news article, and she thought that would be a good thing for her husband, or he was governor or president of the club. He thought that'd be a good idea. She thought that'd be a good idea for their club.
Right. So
she brought it to them, and then he started advertising it, and it did come about to be the creed. But if you really want to know how Optimist Club started, or Optimist Organization, I got this nice little book here of Dreams and Deeds. It's a comprehensive history of the birth, growth, and progress of Optimism International.
There you go.
I had a lot of stuff earmarked there that I was gonna go through, but I'm not gonna do that.
I started in April
1925.
25th, 1925.
1925, about a couple of months before Newport's club. So Covington Club was instrumental in starting the Newport Club.
Huh?
So that'd be a good idea if you get your 100.
I'm close.
Oh, I think it was older than that.
You were the
When did
first,
Southgate
you were the first president of the Covington Club, right? 1925?
No,
Yeah, that's why.
I'm saying
He was close.
37. No.
And we were talking about the foundation. I donate to that every year. At Diamond Day, that's a program that they have for the foundation. Diamond Day thing. I just give them $40 or $50 a year, and you can get on the website and find out what Optimist International Foundation does with all their money. So that's not a secret.
That's good.
Yeah.
OpenTheBooks.com.
In the annual report, go through that. Oh, this has to do with the foundation, club foundation. What's the responsibilities of the club foundation representative? Oh my gosh. Promote Diamond Day, the President's Club, Friends of Tomorrow, that's all. They want a bunch of money there. The club pass-through grants, you can honor a memorial, veteran contribution. You can have a bunch of stuff you can, you put to solicit gifts from individual members, and host a club fundraiser. And one of our fundraisers was, we sang happy birthday to everybody in the club because their birthdays came up. And half of the proceeds that we got from the birthday songs went to the foundation. That's how our club helped.
You want to initiate that? It's my birthday today.
Oh!
Happy birthday, Chair.
Happy
birthday to you.
Oh, my God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jerry. Happy birthday to you.
All right.
And many
You
more.
gotta pay $500.
It's accidental.
Yes, it is. To the foundation.
Everyone will donate the age of the individual. If you're 65, it's $65 a member.
How about-
I may just make that up, and it's gonna be a law.
How about 93?
How about,
Woo!
so everybody has to donate $93 to the foundation.
I thought you were 39.
That's me.
That's you?
My dad used to give me a silver dollar for every year. When I was 5, I got 5 silver dollars.
Father and son.
I was taken off the list.
They ran
The
out of
Moser
silver dollars,
boys.
man.
Yeah, Jerry, if you wanna initiate that birthday singing now, you could put a price on that. $1 for every year.
Hold on here. That was Dave, but that was Jerry. You had to start with the oldest member.
Okay. Also available to every member, you don't have to be an office. To get, where's it at? Anyway, to get on the internet to see who the members are and what the finances are in the club and everything, you either have to be a club president, secretary, or treasurer, or a lieutenant governor, or the governor. That's the only people that can get on and see that stuff. But every other member can get on the Optimists International site, and they can see all the stuff I've showed you so far. They can show you the mission and the creed and the history of Optimists International, the staff, the background, a lot of clubs, our club doesn't do it, but there's a lot of clubs in the district. And the district is Kentucky, West Virginia, not West Virginia, Kentucky.
No. I keep getting that messed up because I hear it this way and then I hear it that way and I thought,
No.
I'm gonna do it my way.
You don't hear it the other way.
It's West Virginia KY, right?
No.
No.
No, it's KY.
Pay attention, Janine.
Kentucky, West Virginia takes in all of Kentucky and all of West Virginia except for 4 eastern counties.
So I need to
Once
correct
you
that.
get past Charleston in there's not much of West Virginia till you get to the other end. But you can get on the website and get the different projects, things about the kids, new club building, membership recruitment, sponsor a member, types of membership. Types of membership is only, you only have 2 types of membership. That's a full-fledged, Optimist member, or what do they call it,
Friends of the Optimists.
Friend of Optimists.
$140.
$140 for Friend of Optimists, or we pay $144 a year for our club. So you're either a full-size member or a friend of Optimists. You can find all that on that's available to everybody in the room, And I guess everybody gets the magazine, Optimist magazine. If they have your email address, they'll be sending you a Optimist magazine that comes every month or.
And that's by email now, right? No longer.
Yeah.
You can get hard copies of
You
it.
can get hard
When you
copies,
look on
they
the
promote
secretary,
them.
get into the system, you can see that you can choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I say them a lot of money.
And you can get on there and read the current and past issues that they had, how to submit a story, all these programs. Well, that brings another thing. You got some of the programs are childhood health and wellness, community activities, Junior Optimists International, junior golf. I was more involved in junior golf, I was on the international golf committee.
I don't mean to interrupt, but before I blow out the young candles again.
Oh,
Happy
birthday
to you.
happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday, dear Jerry. Happy birthday to you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
What's it say on there? Happy?
39th birthday. I think somebody's fibbing.
Yeah, thank Jan for that, getting that.
Yes, she did.
Gary.
Gary
Oh.
put me to task.
Oh, there we go.
You
All right,
know.
Jerry, blow out your candles, make a wish.
You can take 2 drops.
All right.
All right.
Got you on video, Jer.
Would you mind if we put that on Facebook?
They were in there.
Do you mind if we put that on Facebook, Jerry Moser?
Yeah, you did, Jerry.
Do you mind if we put that on Facebook? Your picture and the cake? Yeah.
That's fine.
All right.
It's just I mentioned junior golf in the foundation. What the heck does the foundation do for us? The foundation,
Quiet.
yeah, everybody be quiet, I'm talking up here.
Yeah.
That's one thing I used to have to tell the people when I was governor, when I was up talking. Somebody in the back room be talking and I'd shout to them and said, hey, I'm talking up here. Why
Sir,
can't-
you're authorized to use the gavel.
No, I'm not gonna say that. Foundation, now the foundation, you have junior golf tournaments, you have oratorical contests, you have, essay contests, all the programs that the club is able to take part in. And the scholarships and stuff that they can receive, that's all financed by the foundation. That's where the money comes from, for the scholarship program. And I know that, Covington Club already had a winner in the oratorical contest years ago. And that scholarship or that award came from the funds from the foundation. That's,
I've got a question. So, I was looking on the Secretary of State's website, and there are a number of clubs that have incorporated over the years. There's a few of them that are still around, maybe 2 or 3 that still keep their corporate status with the state. Is there any reason to do or not to do that as a club?
I thought that Bill Smedeke did that.
It's not on their site. And maybe after, 30 years, they get rid of the ones that were on there from before. But typically, the ones that have been administratively resolved for not following the procedures are still on there.
International has sent out an email to its members. Because membership in the Rotary Club, Lions Club, Optimist clubs, it's all going down. So they are encouraging clubs that are in that situation, in those communities, to combine with the Rotary Club or the Lions Club, to join up with a fundraiser or joint activities.
Right.
To try and get their memberships built back up.
So from the legal standpoint, is there, there are some clubs that have incorporated that are nonprofit corporations, and there are some that have not, obviously, because they're not listed on there. I don't know the Newport or Southgate, maybe, or the other ones on there from before. But is there any indication on that as to whether or not we should incorporate or not incorporate as a nonprofit corporation?
It's a deep.
Huh?
That's another one of them things I would have to say, you're gonna have to.
Call it a donation. Okay. Because I went ahead and got the
Well,
article
Cummins is
set up.
incorporated.
Huh?
Isn't Cummins incorporated?
They're not listed on the Secretary of State's website.
First or not?
No, it's not on there, which means that they were never, right, according to their thing, but like I said, maybe after 30. Yeah, I don't know. But if you go to the website, you can, it's $8 to incorporate, so if we wanna do that, I've set it up for listing myself as a registered agent and all that stuff, so we can do that.
Do we have to file an annual report then too?
Yes, it's like $4.
You wanna hand me that piece there?
Either Southgate or Newport.
Yeah.
I can't remember 100%.
White's fine.
But there was only like 2 or 3 clubs that were still listed as active.
So what's that do for them?
Thank you,
It
thank you,
gives
thank
you a
you.
nonprofit corporation status and protects you, gives you some liability protection, such as within the state. The other thing that it could do is, if you're doing a fundraiser
lovely,
where
wonderful
people are
lady.
questioning whether or not you're a legitimate, organization, once again, you got 2 aspects to it. You've got the legal aspect of it, you've got the tax aspect of it. You can still contribute to a nonprofit corporation, and I think as a nonprofit corporation, we wouldn't pay any tax per se, but any contributions are not tax deductible unless we go through a foundation. So.
Well,
So maybe I answered my own question, and that just leaves it to the group as to whether or not we wanna go ahead and incorporate it as a nonprofit corporation, or reincorporate it if it hasn't been, but like I said, I've got the paperwork set up.
Okay.
Johnny,
that would seem like the thing to do, though.
Yeah, I would think, it kinda gives some legitimacy to the organization, like, you're a for real, thing, somebody could look it up and it gives you some legal protection if we were to have an event, according to, I guess, some of the information, we have some insurance through, international.
Wasn't there some discussion about that, and waiting until our 25th, our 100th anniversary?
I don't know that it matters whether or not it's what year it is or whatever, but, like I said, I drafted the thing, it took me 3 minutes to fill out, we need 2 other directors to put their names and addresses on there. But then, we can get a check from our treasurer and send it in if that's what we wanna do.
let me ask you, John, because I've seen this with other individuals, with other groups. Do we have to have a separate checking account for this?
I don't care.
Well, I mean, no.
We can still keep the
No,
one
it's,
we have?
we're still the same organization.
Okay,
We're
so-
an organization regardless of what.
So, doesn't have
Well,
to
if
say
you start taking
incorporated
in
on.
donations.
No, it
you have a
doesn't.
separate checking account for your donation and.
Who wants to say something too?
I'm working with Linda. I was gonna talk to her after the meeting about maybe getting together next week after the meeting to start a separate checking account so that the money that we donate for charitable stuff like supporting students or organizations, things like that, that is kept separate from the regular fund that has the dues in it. From what I've read about other clubs, that's the way they do it. They keep the charitable money separate from the organization money.
The charitable money, you're not allowed to use for administrative purposes in
Yeah.
a club.
Right.
Unless you specify that on fundraising that you might have.
Yeah.
But any
So I'm gonna
fundraiser,
work with Linda to do that.
but remember fundraisers, you have to have most of the time you have to have a gaming license too. So,
Jesus.
So what exactly are our requirements and rules and regulations, John, when we go in, when we incorporate as a nonprofit for the Optimists Club in Covington? We use the same, bank account as Lenny
Yeah, we
Guitar
could use the
does?
same bank account.
And what, are there any stipulations as to where, like, I know in some organizations that have done this, that you cannot go out and, campaign for another individual and give them money, and are there any?
Well, yeah, there's
Devil's in the
political things.
details on this, is what I'm trying to say.
You can't campaign politically for anyone.
Right.
I know, but I'm just trying to say that's just, are there any specific issues that we have to stay away from?
No,
So we don't make a
there's not,
mistake
I
and-
mean, you're a nonprofit corporation.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing would be if you are doing you do have a charitable license, gaming license situation. And that may be one of the things that might get us in some sort of trouble, you know, if we're doing some sort of gaming. If we do any kind of raffle or anything like that for fundraising purposes, then we'd have to go through charitable gaming, as a nonprofit corporation. I don't know what charitable gaming says. I don't know if they say you have to be a 501c3.
You don't have self-pay club in a 501c3.
And so you do raffles and.
Every time we have a raffle, we have to have a gaming license. When we have our, night at the races,
Yeah,
we have a gaming license.
okay. So that would be one of the advantages probably of being a nonprofit corporation is you're able to go through
We
that.
can continue with our civic engagement and.
Oh, yeah,
our
yeah.
candidate speak, which I
Yeah, as
think
long
is
as
very
as
important.
long as it's for educational purposes and not to promote candidates.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't-
it, yes.
We're an international, Optimist Club cannot promote
Yeah,
Yeah, and we should.
any politics, no politics. So you can't talk about what's his name that's gonna get defeated.
we have this debate all the time, I'm still trying to bring him over to the right side, to the right side.
Oh, he's been that way for years.
I am on the right side, but I'm a Democrat.
Yeah, there we go, we got it.
I vote for as many Republicans, or probably more Republicans than Democrats.
Yeah.
But here I'm bringing politics back up.
Yes, yes.
Got it.
Anything else?
All right. I'm sorry. So-
I have a few questions for you, not really.
Thank you, John.
John, you want me to keep this then?
Yeah, go ahead and keep it if you wanna,
And him.
you need Chuck's address on
Yeah,
there,
and then
and then
give it
if you wanna
back to
put
you.
another, yeah,
Take a
with a
copy
check.
of it. No,
Or you could just write a check and send it, there's an address
Go
on the
ahead.
back that's
So
the
are we-
Secretary of State.
Do we need to have a vote, I mean, we don't want.
If you guys, if that's what you wanna do.
Okay.
If
Are
you
you
wanna
leaving?
incorporate.
Let's
Yes,
do that
I have-
real
I have a
fast.
doctor's appointment.
Okay, I make a motion that we do incorporate.
I'll second that.
Chuck?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
All right. So
Thank you,
you need
John.
Chuck's address on there, and then another director's name and address, and then a check, and mailed to the address on the second page.
Can we use the sheriff's name on here?
The sheriff's name is on there.
Okay, so there's one more person?
Yeah, it's just directors, it's the initial directors,
Okay,
it's
so want
not,
me to do that then?
huh? You can do that if you wanna put your name and address on there,
I will.
there's
If that-
two more lines, you just need Chuck's address on there.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I have to run.
Okay. We're
See you,
through.
John. Thanks for everything.
I don't think, wait, let's stop here. Sheriff's hearing aids are broken, and he needs to hear what's going on, because he's the big guy here. We have basically, I need to write down, we have a motion, and we're going to do a Commonwealth of Kentucky nonprofit organization. And this has to have three signatures on there, and your signature is here. And then John's signature, and then I'll sign up here. So, I think John signed for you, didn't he?
No.
Let me see. You need, okay, we got John Middleton, is this John Middleton?
He signed it.
Okay, and then here. Okay, well then we're supposed to have,
Are we allowed to have another
there,
piece?
and another one, but I don't see a place where we do it.
Do you want the white or chocolate?
Either one, chocolate would be fine. Huh?
You have diabetes.
Oh, I know, but I'm breaking the rules.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
I'm diabetic too, but it's good, isn't it?
Thank you.
There you go. Chocolate okay?
Yep.
Any questions? People are talking.
I think she said, I don't have a food. Did you take my food away, or?
Howard, here's your food right here.
No, sit down and
And
eat.
then we got
Jerry.
I don't know where.
John signed that.
I can do that, I said we needed to have you sign it and then another person, that's what he said.
When I was at the last, Kentucky, West Virginia district meeting.
Yeah.
They had a memorial, like a banner, and we could pay, I think they said $100 to have somebody's name put on there, right? Okay, what if it's for Clyde and Mary Middleton, do we have to pay $200? You know, or who should I ask about that?
You going to the district meeting?
Yes, I'm gonna
Ask
try,
them.
ask them.
I think they could probably, what's supposed to be, you know, be better to ask them.
Okay, all right. Well, that's the other thing I wanted to bring up, that there is a district meeting, 11/3 to 11/4, that's Friday and Saturday, in Barberville, West Virginia, at the Hampton Inn. I didn't know if anybody else wanted to go, I'm gonna try to go.
November 3rd and 4th,
Mhm.
I'll
I
try.
just got an invitation from the newly elected president, Tom Birch, and, so I just wanted to see if anybody else, how do we get new members too? That's another question I had for you.
How do you generate new members?
By invitation?
Oh, invitation, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You can ask your next door neighbor.
Yeah, I brought some people, but some of our.
You have to go out, you have to go out and ask people.
Yeah.
But then when you ask them to join, you have to be prepared to explain why they should join an options club. What the Optimists Club can do for them. Or what they can do for the Optimist Club, and what they can do for the Optimist Club to help the whole purpose of the Optimist Club is to help the kids in the neighborhood. You know?
Just wanted to ask you.
So roundabout, you know, you have to start having some programs that really help the kids. I mean, there are some programs like this one, I don't think much of it, but, help a small nucleus of kids. But most kids aren't gonna sit there and watch that on TV. So,
Well, Howard, that's what Jan and I and
Yeah.
Gary are working on.
Yeah.
The big stuff.
you gotta have,
Yeah.
we have a lot of Optimist programs like the
Yeah.
Oratory Club, Tri-Star Basketball, Tri-Star Baseball.
Yep.
And some clubs in the district, that's all they do. It's
That's what
strictly,
that's what we used to
That's
do
what you used to
before we got into all this politics. Okay, I mean, that was the thrust of the organization.
yeah,
We can do both. It'll work.
yeah.
Yeah, one more question. I got one of the Optimist International pamphlets, or, I don't know, bulletins or whatever it is, monthly or whatever. I got one, but nothing since then. And I also, I don't know if Jerry gets the information, or Janine gets the information.
You mean the newsletter? Talking about the newsletter that they send out?
Well, it was like a, yeah, more than a newsletter.
They only send that out about once a quarter.
Oh,
They don't send that out every month.
okay. But how do we get the other information, like from this information? How do we get that?
What kind of information are you speaking of?
Well, I mean, I was told about the new, you know, this new, meeting on the 11/3 and 11/4. But the last one, I didn't know about it until Janine told me, and we were talking about it.
Well, when you go to the meeting, I think, I can't think of her name now, that's putting out the newsletter.
Beth?
Beth,
Okay.
just give some names to her that people would like to receive the newsletter.
Okay.
And see if she can send them out.
You talked about notifications.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a notice at all when you all went down to the last meeting. I got nothing.
That's what I'm saying.